Okay, for the dovetail slide, like I mentioned, everything is based off this point. That's really the big reference point that we need to use. Now, to establish that point, what I'm going to use, what I'm going to draw first, or model, I guess is the more correct term, is this part right here. That's the part I'm going to model first. And it says here that the actual size is 6 inches by 4.5 inches. And 6 inches, 4.5 inches, and the thickness of this part. What is the thickness of this part? Let me see. 1. So it's 1 inch. Okay, got it. It is in inches. So I'm going to go ahead and create new. Inches, create. Okay, and I'm going to start with a 2D sketch. Which plane? Again, it really doesn't matter most of the time. I'm just going to pick just a random plane. I'm going to go with the XY plane. And then draw myself that rectangle. I'm going to base that rectangle. I'm going to go with a 2-point rectangle. Like I did mention, is 6.5 inches by 4.5 inches, and I'm going to extrude it 1 inch. So I'm going to start from this point. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and constrain it from this point over here. I'm going to come up. Let's see, 6.5 by 4.5. 6 by 4.5, sorry. 6 by 4.5, roughly like that, más o menos. And then dimension this guy here, the 6 inches, and then this guy here, the 4.5 inches. Fully constrained, finish sketch. And then I'm going to extrude this guy 1 inch. Got it. Okay. So that pretty much takes care of this part right here. I'm actually going to do this little thing here later. I'm going to do that towards the end. The little 60-degree bevels. Matter of fact, I'm not going to do it. I'll have you guys do it. Now, like I was mentioning, once again, this whole dovetail slide, the 45-degree angle and the 30-degree angle, all of that is based off of this point. That's the magical point. Okay. I will tell you, you do have to create a work plane. We have to create a work plane, and the work plane is going to be at a 45-degree angle from this point in the back. And the only reason I'm saying that is because if you notice my dimension, I have a dimension to this corner. So I have the dimension of the 470 from here to here. I will eventually need the 2.38. But nonetheless, that 470 to this corner here, and then it has the angle of 30 degrees. There's a lot of information focused on that point. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a 45-degree work plane from that point. So the point, let me look at this again. Okay, so the point, the 6 inches is actually in length for 6 inches from here to here. So this magical point here is actually going to be right here. That's the magical point that I need to work with here. And then create the work plane, and the work plane is going to be at a 45-degree angle. So the work plane, once I create it, is going to be at a 45-degree angle from that corner is where that work plane is going to be. Okay, got it. So I'm going to go here and create my work plane. Now remember, we do have several options on how to create that work plane. The one that I'm going to use, since I am based on that one point, parallel to plane through point, not necessarily. Angle to plane around edge, close. Tangent to surface, normal to axis, around edge. Let me think about that. I did this on Friday, and I don't remember using that one, but I guess I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess I could use that one. Angle to plane around edge. Parallel to plane through point. Okay, I guess it was a long weekend. I don't remember using that one, but that should be able to do it. Yeah. Angle to plane around edge. Got it. So select this guy. I'm going to go from this plane. I'm going to base it off of this edge and give that guy my 45-degree angle. Probably this way, negative 45 degrees. Yes. Check. So once again, I picked this plane and I picked this edge right up in here. So I picked the plane that I picked is this surface right in here for the plane. And then this is the edge I selected after the fact so that I can give it from that angle. Since I'm going back this way, negative 45 degrees. Got it. Okay. And then check. Got it. Okay. So we're still working off of this point, this corner here. And then what I'm going to do is I need to somehow, I will tell you this. I'll give you this additional hint. I am going to have to somehow, once I'm done with what I'm going to do right now, I need to come back and remove this one. So I'm going to have to do like another little sketch and subtract that part out so that we can get that sharp edge because we do have that sharp edge, that little sharp corner over here. So that's going to be removed after the fact, this part right in here. Okay. So that's the other hint I'll give you. And then at this point, I somehow need to start sketching a 30-degree line along this edge, 30 degrees, and then down this way. So what I'm gonna do, let me see, let me see what's the best way to look at this thing. Okay. Since I want to zoom, kind of like zoom to this face right in here, I'm actually going to create a sketch on that, guys. Start 2D sketch on this work plane. There we go. And then on this work plane, I'm going to hit F7 to slice my graphics. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to project my cut edges. I'm going to project those cut edges because from here is where I'm going to draw myself a line from here this way. And as long as it's collinear, draw myself a line this way and then another line from here this way, kind of like that this way, and then back here like that, and then back to here. And then at that point is where I'm going to start my dimensions, extrusions, and all that stuff. That's as far as I'm going to go with the hint. From here, then you have to geometrically add whatever dimensions, angles, constraints. And then, like I said, once you extrude it, you're going to notice it's going to be extruded from, well, I'll leave it at that. All right. So good luck to you. Let me know how it goes.